Welcome to Mathematics with Mr. Win. In today's lesson, we are going to have a look at using the Ti-Nspire CAS calculator to identify the important points on a quadratic graph. And in the second part of our lesson, we're going to learn to use the calculator to complete the square and identify the coordinates of a turning point. So let's get started. In our first example, we've been asked to identify all the important points. So what do we mean about important points? Obviously, they're talking about the y-intercept, the x-intercept or intercepts, we could have more than one, and our coordinates of our turning point. So let's fire up our CAS calculators. So we're going to open up a graph page to start with. So the function that I'm going to enter is going to be 4x squared plus 24x plus 32. So 4x squared plus 24x plus 32. We press enter. Oh, this is a beautiful looking graph. I can see 3 of the 4 points that I want to see. The only one I can't see in the graph at the moment is my y-intercept. So let's get started with tracing the important points on the graph. So to trace the important points, we're going to go menu number 5, and then we're going to go graph trace. So as soon as we do that, we should get the star with the circle, which is the button we're going to keep moving left and right to work out our important points. So as I can see, the first point that they have worked out is indeed my y-intercept, which is 0, 32. And as I'm moving left, I get to my first 0, which is minus 2 and 0. I'm just going to copy these two values down. So y-intercept is 0, 32. Our x-intercept, we can notice that we have two x-intercepts. So the first one is minus 2, 0. As I keep going further, I get to my minimum, which is minus 3 and minus 4. The turning point is minus 3, minus 4. And finally, my second x-intercept is minus 4, 0. So let's go back and note that down, 0. And with that, we have identified all the important points for the given quadratic function. Now we can sketch that in a graph paper, plotting those points and joining them with a positive quadratic curve. So let's quickly revisit this. We are going to enter the function, then we're going to go menu, number 5, and then graph trace, and then we're going to move the circle left and right to work out the important points on a graph paper. Moving on to the second part of our lesson today, we are going to use our CAS calculator to complete the square and identify the coordinates of the turning point. So let's go back to our calculators. This time we need to open up a calculator page. So let's open up a calculator page. Then we're going to select menu, followed by algebra, which is number 3, followed by complete the square, which is number 5. So once we enter our quadratic function, so the first question we're looking at is x squared plus 8x minus 5. So let's enter that in our CAS calculator. So x squared plus 8x, take away 5. Now to complete the square, we need to put a comma x in our calculator. So we are telling the calculator to complete the square for this quadratic function for x. Then we press enter. So as soon as we press enter, you should notice that the quadratic function has now changed from its general form into its turning point form. So let's go back and note this turning point form in our worksheet. So we have y equals x plus 4 the whole squared, take away 21, which means the coordinates of the turning point are going to be minus 4, comma, minus 21. Our second example, so let's do that again. So we're going to go menu, algebra, complete the square. Your x squared plus 3x plus 3. We're going to say comma x and press enter. We have our solution as x plus 3 on 2 the whole squared plus 3 on 4. So let's go back and copy this down again. Y equals x plus 3 on 2 the whole squared plus 3 on 4, which means the turning point coordinates are going to be minus 3 on 2, comma, 3 on 4. One final example for today. So let's go back to our calculators again. Menu, algebra, complete the square. Let's enter our non-monic quadratic function this time. So 2 times x squared minus 12 times x, take away 14, comma, x. We press enter. We have the quadratic function in its turning point form. So let's go back and copy that again. Y equals 2 brackets x minus 3 the whole squared, take away 32, which means the turning point coordinates are going to be a positive 3 and a negative 32. And that's as simple as it gets by using the calculator to convert the general form of a quadratic into its turning point form and identifying the coordinates of the turning point form. That's it from me today, students. Have a lovely day.